welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, today I'll be preparing oxtail. So here guys, I have my oxtail that is cleaned and washed. I use lime juice to wash my oxtail. You can go ahead and use your vinegar as well. So I'm gonna season my oxtail, so I'm gonna show you how I do that. All right, so this oxtail, I'm just making this for 2 persons. So all right, so first I'm gonna add my green seasoning on my oxtail. So here's my green season. I have a video on this on my channel, so you guys can go ahead and just check that out. So this is with scallion, onion. Just go and check the video and you will see the process of how I make this. So I'm just going to use this much on my oxtail. All right, so just gonna put that oxtail aside with the green season there. I'm gonna go ahead and add all my powder seasoning, guys. So I have an extra bowl that I'll be doing. So the reason for this, I like to add all my seasoning together, so if I'm putting onion powder, it doesn't just get on one part of the meat. All right, because you know sometimes we just pour it in there and then we rub everything. I like to just mix everything so everything gets on the meat. Sometimes I do it that way, but I prefer to do it this way, guys. You can go ahead and try this as well. So I have some seasoned salt. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this seasoned salt. So we're just gonna use like 1 teaspoon of the seasoned salt. I have some ginger powder, guys. I'm also gonna use 1 teaspoon of ginger powder. Yes guys, that's all Jamaican do. We just dash some of it in it. Yeah, that's 1 teaspoon. And I'm gonna use some garlic and herb seasoning from Mrs. Dash. So that's another teaspoon. And I have some black pepper, guys. I'm just gonna use a little bit of black pepper, say 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, just a little bit. All right. And I'm gonna go in with some Maggi all-purpose. I'm also gonna use 1 teaspoon. So the oxtail that I have, guys, is like 2 pounds of oxtail, right? And I have some onion powder. I'm just gonna add that as well. So that's a 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Also some garlic powder. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of that as well. So some garlic powder. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder into my bowl. All right. Just wipe that spill right there. And I have some oxtail seasoning, guys. I'm gonna have that. If you don't have this, guys, you can also always use the season that I use, or whatever season you have. We have an all-purpose season, you can go ahead and add that, or meat seasoning. So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of that, my oxtail seasoning. I have some paprika. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of paprika. Sorry guys. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of paprika there. Also, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my spoon and I'm gonna mix everything in like that. So guys, if you don't have your green seasoning, as I said, go ahead and check that video out. It's really good, guys. You can use it in your rice, on your meat. You can put a little in your soup, guys. It's all natural. It's beautiful. So if you don't have your green seasoning, guys, you can, at this point, we're gonna add our seasoning, but it's still, you can cut your garlic up, your onion and your scallion thyme and add it to the bowl, because we're gonna marinate this. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave this for overnight. So I'm not gonna add cut any garlic and onion. This is garlic, onion and salt on inside, but I'm not gonna cut any on this to marinate it. I'm going to show you that in the process of cooking this. Like when I'm cooking it down, I'm going to add just a little bit of that as well. Okay guys, I'm going to add just a little bit of oil over my meat, just a little bit. We need a lot. I'm not going to add any salt, guys, because the seasoned salt is in my seasoning bowl, guys. I don't like to use a lot of salt, so I'm just going to add that over my meat like that. I'm going to do that, guys. I'm just going to get my hand in and just massage the meat, right? Make sure your hands are clean before you prepare your meal. Guys, on oxtail, you don't have to use browning on your oxtail. You can. People do that. But I don't like using brown on my oxtail because your meat, oxtail can make its own color. But I'm going to add just a little soy sauce. So I really like the flavor that the soy sauce give as well. But as I said, you can go ahead and add your browning. We're just going to use a little soy sauce, so you don't have to use your soy sauce. Because as I said, oxtail gives its own color. So this is nice. There. So I'm going to leave this overnight, guys. Guys, and you don't have to do it overnight. So what if you want to cook it on the same day? You can leave it to marinate for an hour before you prepare it. It's fine. So this is nice and beautiful. So I'm just gonna add my soy sauce on that, just a little bit. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna add just a little soy sauce on, just a little tip, not a lot. So that's fine for me. I'm just gonna combine everything together so it gets all over the meat. So that's it, guys. You don't need a lot of the soy sauce because remember it's a little salty as well. So that's beautiful there. So I'm gonna leave this to marinate. So I'm gonna cover it with some plastic wrap like that. Let's get my scissors and just cut that off. Don't need a lot. All right. So that is good. Here it is. All right. Okay guys, so I'm gonna prepare my oxtail that was marinated from overnight. So my pot is here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil. You don't need a lot of oil because remember the oxtail has fat on it. So you just need a little bit of oil. Just a little bit of oil we need. And then we're gonna add our oxtail in the pot. We're just going to let the oxtail fry a little. Then it's going to get its color by doing that. Guys, my pot was hot already. The stove was on. So it was hot. So I could just add the oil and just put the meat in. Right? So I'm just going to put everything in like that. So beautiful. You just fry on that side and then you just turn it over. So now I'm going to give the meat a turn. like that. You turn it to the next side for it to get its own color. See, it's coming along. Then we're going to turn it again until we get the color that it should have. Alright, and then we just leave it again. So that is nice. So I'm just going to turn my meat. So this color is really good. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to add some warm water. To the pot. Add some to the bowl. So you get all of that seasoning out of the bowl. Pour it into the pot. Nothing now waste. And then I had a little more warm water in there. So that's good. I was going to cook this on the stove top. You can use your pressure cooker if you want. You can use a slow cooker. I also use my slow cooker sometimes, but I'm going to cook this on the stove top today. Alright guys, so we're gonna wait until this is cooked. So we're gonna test it after maybe 2 hours, because it takes longer on the stove top. I'll let you know how long it takes. And I'm gonna add some seasoning in. I have some onion and I have scallion, thyme, and pimento here. I'm gonna also add that in. Right there. Now I have my stove on medium, guys. Look at that. You see your oxtail? Nice color. You know how it cooks down and stuff. Then get the perfect color that I want. Now we're gonna give that a cover. And I will be back. And then after this water is drained out, then you can add more warm water until it's cooked. And then you know you're going to cook it down. And I will show you the whole process of what I do, right? Okay guys, so now I'm just gonna taste a little piece and see what I go and feed. Yes, as you can see, this is cooked. See? This is cooked, as you can see. See? Very soft. So I'm just going to taste this as a piece. Oh, nice. So that is cooked. So I'm just going to season our pot. So we're going to cook it down now. Like flavor up the thing, alright? So I'm just going to add a teaspoon more of all-purpose. So a little bit of all-purpose we had. You can give that a stir, guys. And if you taste your pot and it wants a little more seasoned, you can also go ahead and add it a little more salt or whatever the case may be. You add it. All right. And I have some ketchup. I'm just gonna add that in. Not a lot of ketchup. So now you're going to season your pot to taste, alright? So you had the amount of ketchup you're comfortable with in your pot. And I have some fish and meat sauce. My favorite. I'm going to add some of this. It's really good, guys. If you haven't tried it, you should go ahead and try it. Just a little bit, not a lot. And then we're going to give that just a stir there. And then we're going to cover, and then we're going to come back and add our butter bean to it. As I said, as you go along, you can taste your pot and see whatever is needed in there. Alright? Okay guys, now we're going to add our butter bean. You can use your, people use broad bean, but I love to use my butter bean. So this is it. And you throw the water off, okay? So at this point, because it's already cooked, so you don't need a long time with this. Like 5 minutes and you can lock your pot off, alright? So you just pour it in. Oh, all of them. Alright? And you just give your pot a stir like that. Guys, I wish you all here so you could smell this. Oh my god. Look at this. See the nice beautiful color? Look at this. See? Look at that. Nice. It's just the way I do it, your oxtail gets its color. You don't have to add any browning, but if you want to go ahead and add your browning, you can go ahead and do so. But as I said, you don't have to do that. Look how beautiful this is. And then we just leave it for a little bit. Okay guys, that's the end of my oxtail. Look at all that goodness. Look at that. Look how beautiful this looks, guys. Very nice. Lovely. Thank you so much for watching that video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and let me know in the comment section what you like to see I prepare next. Don't forget to hit that good old notification bell so you'll be one of the first person to be notified when I upload another video. Bye for now.